The story of Kanyakumari, the virgin goddess. This is the story of the goddess Kanyakumari who is still waiting for her fiancé, Shiva. But according to the divine plan, they are never going to be together. She resides at a place called Kanyakumari, also called as Cape Comorin. It is situated in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. This is where the three seas, namely Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, and the Bay of Bengal meet. Her temple here is called as the Bhagwati Kumari Amman temple. Here, the goddess is in the form of an adolescent girl child. Her story starts like this. Long ago, there was a demon or asura called Bana. Bansura wanted to become immortal. He undertook penance to appease Lord Brahma. Pleased with his penance, Lord Brahma appeared before him and offered to give a boon. He asked Brahma that he should only be killed by an adolescent virgin girl. Brahma gave him the boon. Once he got the boon, he became arrogant. He started killing innocent people and holy men, thereby causing a lot of terror. Seeing all the terrible things being done by him, all the gods along with Brahma went to the mother goddess Parvati. They prayed to her and asked for her help. The kind divine mother blessed them, saying, "She will soon be born on earth and take the form of a young girl so as to kill the demon Bansura." The goddess took birth as a young girl in a place at the southern tip of India. She was called Kumari. When she reached adolescent age, she met Lord Shiva. She became totally enchanted with him and wanted to marry him. Shiva agreed to marry her and put one condition. He will come to marry her with his wedding procession in the night. If he reaches her in morning, then he won't marry her. Kumari agreed to his condition. The date was set for the marriage, and the wedding preparations started in a grand way. Meanwhile, the devas, gods, and sages became worried at what was happening. If the young goddess in the human form married Shiva, then Bansura can never be killed, as he had his boon that only an adolescent virgin girl could kill him. They all thought of a plan to stop the marriage. Soon enough, the grand wedding day came. Shiva got ready to go to the bride's place with his followers, with all fanfare, decorations, and chariots. The wedding procession to the bride's place started. As planned, the divine sage Narad took the form of a male rooster. He went and stood on the way of the wedding procession. The procession was moving forward with trumpets, noise, and joy. At this time, Narad, disguised as the rooster, cried out loud near the procession. Thinking it is already early morning and the auspicious hour is over, Shiva went back to his abode. The marriage didn't happen. The goddess waited for Shiva. He never came. She waited for long. Once she realized that her marriage to Shiva is not happening, she became upset. She decided to go and do penance on the rocks at Kanyakumari. She stood on one leg and did the penance. Bansura heard the news about the marriage that didn't happen. He came to the rock where she was doing penance, and he got enchanted with the goddess. He started bothering the goddess, asking her to marry him. She became furious with his advances. She took her ferocious, young, adolescent goddess form, and she sliced Bansura with her discus and killed him. Thus, the peace and happiness of the world were restored. Before dying, Bansura asked the goddess to forgive him, "O Divine Mother, forgive my sins. Please grant me a boon that whoever comes to Kanyakumari, takes bath in the sea, where all the three seas meet, they should be absolved of their sins." The goddess agreed to it. So now also, people go to the Triveni Sangam, which means meeting of three seas, and take bath. The tragedy of this story is that the goddess is still waiting for her marriage to happen, and she is fated to wait for eternity. Even today in her temple, she is doing her penance, to be united with her Shiva. Till this day, the goddess listens to the prayers of her devotees and grants all their wishes. Her temple is visited by millions of devotees every year. The sincere and pure seekers get peace, joy and happiness with the blessings of the Mother Goddess. Swami Vivekanand, the great Hindu monk, had performed penance for a few days on a rock island, just off the coast of the mainland of Kanyakumari. Legend says it is the same spot where the Mother Goddess also performed her penance. This rock is now known as Vivekanand Rock. There is a specially preserved portion in the rock, which is believed to be the imprint of the goddess's feet. It is due to the blessings of the goddess that Swami Vivekanand took India's spiritual fame to the world at the Parliament of World's Religions held in Chicago in 1893. It was in honor of the great monk that the Vivekanand Rock Memorial was erected in 1970 at Kanyakumari.